Hi, Nick Dogan, North State Law, where we safeguard your professional license so you can get back to business. Today's topic is going to revolve around general contractors in the state of North Carolina. Specifically, what happens to a general contractor who is unlicensed and is performing work in North Carolina that requires a general contractor's license. So, first thing that is more than likely going to happen is you're going to receive a letter from the North Carolina Board for General Contractors, and that is going to be a cease and desist letter. Now, a couple options here. You can respond to the letter, ask for a meeting. In that response, you can hire an attorney to start the process of setting up a meeting or things of that nature. What is not an option is ignoring it, and I'll tell you why. You get the cease and desist letter. It says stop whatever work within X amount of days. Usually demand letters and things of that nature are about 15 days, 2 weeks, somewhere around there. And you see it, you crumple it up, you throw it away, you go back to business, okay? Well, what's gonna end up happening next step is when that 15-day, we'll call it a 15-day timeline comes up, the Board for General Contractors in North Carolina is going to turn around and file an injunction against you. What an injunction is, it is essentially a court order signed by a judge that says you're prohibited from doing this sort of activity. In this particular situation, performing general contracting work in excess of $30,000 or more. So what ends up happening when you get this injunction? You're supposed to stop whatever work that you're allegedly doing. All right. Say you get this injunction and you say, I'm not going to do anything about it. And you just go back to doing what your job is. You go back to your job. Well, what's going to happen at that point is the North Carolina Board for General Contracting is going to find out. They're going to have an investigator that keeps following up on this sort of thing, and they are going to, next step, do a motion for order to show cause and motion for contempt. Everybody is probably familiar with contempt of court. The process in North Carolina for this is the show cause portion of it is an order that is signed by a judge that essentially tells the other party, hey, you need to show cause as to why you're not in contempt. Long story short, you get an opportunity to have an attorney assigned to you. If you cannot afford an attorney, similar to if you're facing criminal charges that would necessitate a public defender, somebody being assigned to you. If you end up hiring an attorney, you go through that process, you have a motion for contempt. You could possibly be facing some jail time. Bottom line is the cease and desist letter that you receive is not something that you can ignore. You could probably nip this in the bud pretty early, especially if the board just ends up making a mistake and you actually are either licensed or your job is under the $30,000 threshold and you actually don't need a license to perform the work that you're doing. So if you get a cease and desist letter, at the very least, contact an attorney. My name is Nick Dogan. I'm the owner and founder of North State Law. We've dealt with these situations before. There's a lot of information that I have on my YouTube channel. I've got some more information on my website. That's northstatelawfirm.com. If answer to your question is not on either one of those places, give me a call or shoot me a text. It's 919-521-8810. We at the very least have a phone call, kind of discuss preliminary of what's going on, and hopefully keep you out of trouble. So everybody have a great day. Hopefully you don't need me, but I'm always here if you do. Bye-bye.